Everybody, this is Charles Harper, and we're going to be talking a little bit today about our new ChatGPT 4.0 PLR and just some sales angles. And before we dive in, I do want to just make sure that you know where you can get it. You can get it at the plrshow.com/CHT GPTE V3, right? It's for ChatGPT extended version 3. As this is actually volume or version 3 of the course that we're doing. Or you can just go, depending on when you see this, you can go to the plrshow.com/new. Let's just go through a few sales angles tonight. Um, just so that you, just as a matter of perspective, this course replaces our AI marketing playbook, because I basically in that course went through ChatGPT at the very beginning. This was back in January 2023. And I kind of spelled out prompting, but really it was the new model, right? And it was kind of just getting started. Since that time, I've done two additional or course updates called ChatGPT Extended. But there's been a recent development, right? So um, what they've done now is they've made GPTs, which were part of the paid plan, those are now part of the free version. And so in this version of the course, I assume that the person that's going to be watching the course, they're going to know that you don't have to have a paid program, a paid account in order to access the GPTs. And that's pretty important because that's a pretty um, significant functionality inside of ChatGPT. So I explain that to your customer when they're watching those videos. I also made sure that they understand, meaning your customers, that file uploads are now free. So I explained that in the course, in addition to the new capabilities, right? Or at least the ones that are the most showy. And so I talked about ChatGPT's vision, because it can see now. In fact, it can see videos, it can listen to audios. So that's a pretty significant, I think, development. And in the upgrade course, I think what I did was I uploaded a video and an audio, and I asked ChatGPT to evaluate it. And so your customer will see that. Now, for that, you'd have to get the upgraded videos. But I did demonstrate the vision portion of ChatGPT in the basic course. Um, I also really went into some detail about how ChatGPT now does conversational answers. If you've got your mobile device, it doesn't do it yet necessarily unless you've got the desktop app, maybe in a Mac. But I didn't assume that, so I didn't really talk about the Mac per se, and I don't want to talk about that in a course until there's Windows and Mac. So if you're looking at this, you say, why didn't you cover the desktop app in um, the Mac? And that's just because when there's a Windows version, I will cover both of those at the same time in a no or in an updated course. But I did go over the conversational answers that ChatGPT does, so your customer will understand that they can now get their mobile device, they can talk to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will basically talk back as if it were as if it were more natural. And so that basically means that it allows for conversational voice prompts. So it's gonna listen to you. It's gonna try to figure out what you're saying, try to determine what the prompt is. It's pretty accurate so far, and you'll see that in the course. And so you'll be explaining that to your customer, or at least I will be doing that on your behalf. In terms of how you're going to sell this, like everything else with PLR videos, they're a little different when it comes to PLR, especially we make sure to do these things. So they're a really good fit for you if you've got a membership site, because what you're trying to do, obviously, in the membership site is you're trying to keep people engaged. You're trying to keep them abreast of what's happening with the newest content. And so you can put this right in your membership site. And if you've got paying members on a monthly basis, you should let them just kind of stream those videos. Now, um, you know, you can do that inside of just about any membership course. If you've got system.io, and you got the unlimited plan, you can just upload the videos direct to that. If you're an Ultimate Insider and you've got the Go High Level sub account, as part of your package, you can just put those videos in a course that's going to be there. I would suggest that the way that you want to put it in a membership site where people are already paying you monthly is to organize it with other AI video courses. And specifically, we've done quite a few of them. And you can basically just build out, an AI section, right, of your membership site. The other thing that I think is smart to do is not to try to sell this or present this as a course because the subject matter is going to change again, probably in another, I'd say 6 months. I would put these videos in other courses, right? And I would explain to people that, this is the technology as of a certain date. Typically, in the past, when we've done PLR videos, I make sure to hide the date so that in case you want to sell it a year later, you could still do that. I don't think this is going to be the case with this, because if you bought our AI marketing playbook and that's what you're selling, then basically that's already outdated. And so we're redoing this now to make sure that we're covering, it's a brand new interface. It is a brand new way of interacting with ChatGPT. And so that course, even though it does talk about prompting, it doesn't really give your customer, I think, a good bird's eye view of of AI through ChatGPT. Now, I will eventually be doing, I think it's this month, very soon. I'll be redoing prompt engineering for you, and we did that course. That course shows ChatGPT as the interface, and that's the old ChatGPT. So I'm going to have to redo that course and kind of bring it up to date. And again, I mean, these things are moving pretty fast. Um, the other thing you can always do with a course like this, you can beef up your other courses because ChatGPT, excuse me, is part of the strategy that a lot of people are using for a lot of different things. So if you're a strategy man or strategy woman, you want to have these videos in your course. And I'm not going to talk about this here tonight. I will talk about this maybe in another session, but you should not be worried about, trying to redo my voice. You should be calling me your trainer, refer to me as your trainer, refer to me as someone that you hire. And then, as I have always said to our ultimate insiders, you should be using my credentials, right? You can say, well, this guy's master's in does all this stuff. Because it doesn't matter that I'm getting a P, but if you can use my getting a PhD to your advantage, you should use it, right? You should say, these videos are done by someone who's formally trained and involved in doctoral programs. It's a whole deal. So use it to beef up your other courses. Use it to make your other courses more valuable. That's another thing that videos are good for. I do suggest that you get the upgraded videos. It's an entire different course. It is an extension of this front end course, and it has unrestricted rights. So whereas the basic video course has resale rights, and that's really to preserve the value for the most people who are going to be buying that course. You can also get the unrestricted rights videos, and you can do whatever you want with those, right? So you could do train the trainer kind of thing, right? You could sell to the person who's going to sell to the person. And same thing is going to be true with our DFY Live Masterclass. I'm going to do a live presentation, and and the live presentation is going to be me going over some things, and this is going to be kind of a business related session, just so you'll know. Um, Now, I did say that the launch was going to end on Monday. I think it's really going to end on Tuesday, and I'm gonna start the next launch on the next Wednesday, right? I was gonna kind of push this to. I was gonna do this on Tuesday, but I think I'm gonna do the next launch on Wednesday. And if you're an affiliate and you've got a PLR list, I primarily focus on people who sell to people who already buy PLR. And I'll talk about this maybe in another session, but I tend to be kind of strict about that, mainly because I don't want people to be disappointed when they buy. We don't do anything for people to get rich tomorrow. So that's none of our courses. And so people who promote that way, we probably just don't, we probably haven't touched. People I like to have people who promote who understand how to tell people about PLR and what they're going to get. And most of the people who promote for us do that. So if that's you, and you get to Warrior Plus and you say, well, it's not letting me apply. Contact me. And if you got a PLR audience and people who understand PLR and you promoted it, then do contact me. Otherwise, I tend to be a little strict about that. And you can get that at plrshow.net, or no, so jvcharles.net. And I'm going to move that one off there. So it's jvcharles.net right now /new. If you go there, you'll see the link and you'll see the JV page. Okay, so um, once again, if you don't have the videos, you can get them at the plrshow.com /CHTGPTE V3, and that's for ChatGPT Extended Volume 3, right? That's what that stands for. And or you can just get it depending on when you see this video, as long as it's not getting close to next Wednesday. That's when I'm going to swap out that link. You can do that at the plrshow.com /new. Okay, so really that's it for this time. Just as a reminder, all of our content, including this, right? So let's say that you can't get down with the deadline. The best way to get all of our content, we launch just about every week, a new set of videos. And if you're trying to build a membership site, what I will tell you is that our content is really, really perfect for you, because it's not designed to tell people they're going to get rich quick, and not all of it is going to be focused on the make money online space. In fact, I really assume that you're not operating to sell to other marketers. So this course that we're looking at, like this ChatGPT, so you're not going to see Warrior Plus. And it's not because I don't like Warrior Plus. I love Warrior Plus. I just assume that I don't assume that your customers are going to be on those networks. So it's not a course designed for our space. It's designed for our space and every other space. So that's typically what they are. So if you got a membership site and you teach business people these principles, then that's where you benefit more from our Ultimate Insider program, because you can go back in time and you can get all the content for 50% off the original launch price. And so it's not just 50% off the list price. Our courses start at $27, all of them, if you go to our site, or if you go to Warrior Plus once the launch is over. But if you're an Ultimate Insider, you can get it at 50% off the price at which I launched it. So for example, I start my launches, and again, I suggest that you're tuned in, because I do this once a week. And if you're tuned in, you'll get it at the launch price all the time, which starts at $777. But then, probably less than a week later, it's going to be $27. And that's where our courses stay. I don't do a lot of discounting. Okay, so really that's it. And I hope that this has been helpful for you. And with that, thanks very much. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.